So Falcon and Winter Soldier just wrapped last week, and it's kind of ironic that this episode happens to fall right at the end of it. So we're basically going back to the beginning with the introduction of the Winter Soldier and Sam Wilson as Falcon. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Revisiting the MCU series, where we go back and we watch every single MCU movie in release order, and at the very end we are going to be ranking them from worst to best. So make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell notification so you don't miss out on that. But today we are talking about the second film in the Captain America series, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. To be quite honest, the first time I saw this movie in 2014, I didn't like it that much. I was just such a big fan of the first Avenger and its sort of over-stylized Indiana Jones style, and I loved it so much that this one kind of fell flat. It involves some espionage, which just as a subject I'm not that interested in, so I wasn't that involved and that invested in it. But I was kind of excited to go back, especially after watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, and wow, I was absolutely wrong about this movie from the jump. It is phenomenal. It's absolutely spectacular. The intensity of the situation, the amazing action and plot really drive this movie to be one of the best of the MCU. The story of this film is a bit complicated, but essentially Cap is struggling with assimilating into everyday life and discovers the infiltration of Hydra into S.H.I.E.L.D., while also dealing with the mysterious assassin, the Winter Soldier. Let's first talk about the fresh faces, or at least they were fresh at the time, which is Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson and Sebastian Stan's The Winter Soldier. We had previously seen Sebastian Stan as Bucky in the first Avenger, but he's essentially a totally different persona, and I think we have to approach him with a new mindset. Sebastian Stan's Winter Soldier is downright terrifying at times, and is hyper-focused and relentless as he is on his missions. We also feel for the guy once we're made aware of the big reveal of Bucky's return, and we see the horrible way that he is and the way he's being treated as a mindless weapon. And then there's Sam Wilson, who's just downright awesome. I've always kind of thought of Anthony Mackie as a Will Smith of the MCU. A lot of comedy interplayed with drama very much reminds me of Will Smith, and I'm all for it. He's still very much his own character in person, and I love how he can be funny, serious, and badass all at the same time, and he's just such a perfect fit and counterbalance to Steve Rogers. Robert Redford does a pretty good job of this film as Alexander Pierce. I never really knew much about Redford other than him being a Hollywood icon, but he's pretty convincing in this role. The other highlight is Frank Grillo's Brock Rumlow. You kind of love to hate him in this movie, and that's the kind of villain that's most fun. But where this movie really stands out has to be some of the action and directing, especially from Anthony and Joe Russo, who essentially, with this movie, set up the tone of the rest of the MCU. They do a great job of balancing action, intensity, and comedy to make this possibly one of the most well-balanced Marvel films to date. The interplay of crazy action in combination with the various twists and turns this movie takes is one of the most enjoyable aspects to me. There are very few movies that you can take out of the context of the MCU franchise and say is a phenomenal standalone movie, but I think that this in large is very much one of those. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is able to accomplish this feat by not just being a great MCU movie, but also being an exceptional standalone movie. And I think with watching Falcon and Winter Soldier at the same time as revisiting this movie kind of just drove things home, where I got to see the start again during where we are currently. And I think that just hit home just a little bit harder and made this impact a little bit better for me, but it's still overall a phenomenal movie and probably one of my favorites. But now I want to hear from you guys. What did you think of Captain America: The Winter Soldier? Where does it rank on your list? Did you enjoy Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan's introduction? What was your favorite part? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section down below. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos from me, as I do revisiting the MCU every single Thursday. And also check me out on the Animated Apparel Company YouTube channel, where I have new videos all the time. But other than that, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video.